Okay, now what we're looking at here is using tree diagrams to determine probabilities. So imagine if we've got a spinner with three possible outcomes of red, green and blue, and we've got a coin being tossed with two outcomes of heads or tails. Now, we're going to look at this first case here, and we're going to use the calculation probability. So basically, if we are, we've got looking at this, and of these, one thing we've got to work out is how many outcomes we have first. So that's how we do it. We count basically all the branches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 possible outcomes here. Now, of those 6 outcomes, they can be made up of red and then heads, or red and then tails. We can have green and heads, green and tails, blue and heads, blue and tails. So basically now, if we want to calculate probabilities of certain things happening, we've got a couple of ways we go about doing different things. So let's say we want red and heads. That'll go, we've got to go through here, red, and then heads. So to do that, what we do is we multiply these numbers here. So we end up with 1 over 3, that's what it is for reds, times 1 over 2, because that's what it is for heads, and we end up with 1 over 6. If we want probability of tails, what we're doing is we are looking at how many ways we can score tails. So that is, we can say it's going to be red and tails, it can be green and tails, and it can be blue and tails. So that's red and tails, green and tails, blue and tails. So from there, that ends up becoming red and tails becomes 1 over 3 times 1 over 2. It can be green, 1 over 3 times 1 over 2. And it can be blue, 1 over 3 times 1 over 2. So the probability of each colour, and it's the probability of each of the tails. Now, this is what we want, red and heads. Here we want red and tails, green and tails, blue and tails. So if we've got an and, we put a multiplier between them. The other thing is that if we want any of these three outcomes, it's an or. So it's that red and tails, or green and tails, or blue and tails to get tails. So from there we end up with 1, 6 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 6. And we end up with Now, we'll go red and not red. Now, for red and not red, we know that probability of red plus the probability of not red equals 1. So therefore, if this is 1 over 3, then not red has to go to be 2 over 3. It's the leftovers, whatever else has to make up 1. So now from there, we're looking at not red and tails. So we're looking at not red and then tails. So it ends up being not red, which is 2 over 3, times tails, which is 1 over 2, and we end up with 1 over 3. So that's 2 different ways we can use tree diagrams to calculate probabilities. Remember, an and, red and heads, is multiplication. If it's or, so to make tails, we can have red and tails, or green and tails,